What's good, y'all? It's your girl Don. It's your girl Don Smith, and you are tuned into Making Moguls. It is Mogul Monday. I'm here with my bestie VJ
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Mogul Mondays.
already, and today is dope because we kind of went live on our own,
For the
but
most part,
for the most part, we tried, but you know, we tried. It it's one of those days,
we figuring it out. It's a learning experience.
right?
We're getting better. All 2022.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So, VJ, how was your week?
It was wonderful. For the most part, I mean, it's cold as hell outside,
Oh my
and
gosh.
there's struggles, but for the most part, it was a wonderful week.
No, like, no. Today is ridiculous. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, if you live in the South, you're a lucky motherfucker, cause it
Yo,
is
but
brick.
but are they lucky? Because it's been getting
Yeah,
colder and
you're
colder
right.
out there.
You're right. That global warming is smacking everybody.
Yo, for real. I'm just scared. Like, I'm waiting for the heat to shift this way
Mm-hmm.
and then it just be cold over there. Like, I'm hoping that it just doesn't mean that it's gonna be cold
Everywhere.
everywhere
Yeah.
all the time.
Because then I might have to start flying south for the winter, like south, like Argentina for
Oh
January. Like,
dang, you trying to go far? Hmm? Um, it is. Yeah. Mhm. I did it. Oh, you can hear me now. Okay.
all right,
All
yeah.
right.
Just making sure
A-
technical difficulties,
right, a
trying to
little bit
figure
of
it all out.
technical difficulties, but we making it happen. So so today I'm excited because our guest today is actually a friend of mine from high school.
Oh, okay, so way back.
Yeah, so I've known him a very long time. He's gonna come. He's gonna talk to us about real estate.
Oh, the realest of states.
Yes, the real estate. We're gonna talk about his growing real estate empire.
Nice.
Okay, and he also really wants to talk about mindset and like personal development.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I
Yeah,
feel
so
like
I'm really excited to see like what he wants to speak about and what he wants to get off his chest.
okay. I mean, that's very important, and it kind of goes with our theme for the month so far.
Right?
Getting
Yeah, no,
everybody
for
in that
real.
mindset for
Mhm.
2022. Because if you don't have that mindset, 2022 gonna beat you up. Tell you.
No, for real.
We seen what happened 2020 and 2021. Let's not even play ourselves this year.
Oh my gosh, I don't even like. I'm trying to stay extremely positive, but I'm not gonna hold you. This year has already been kicking my
It
ass.
has, but I've been doing this thing every day. I've
Mhm.
been doing these affirmations.
Okay.
I just found them on Instagram. Some random girl was like, repeat after me, and I was like, I like this. It's about like receiving your value and
uh,
like staying positive and manifesting your abundance. And I was like, you know
okay.
what? Every morning before, sometimes I do get distracted on social media, but I stop and I was like, oh, you know what? Now is the time. And I set the time to just be with myself and really feel those vibes. And you know
Mhm.
what's crazy?
What?
I did it. I started it last week. And the first day I did it, you called me and was like, "Hey, the investor's ready," and I was like, "Oh, it's lit."
Oh,
So yeah,
so it
it
works.
works. It works. I'm not even gonna lie.
That's lit. See, you need to send me
No,
some.
I got you. I got you. I'm gonna send it to you.
I've been meaning to be more like intentional about how I start my days.
Mhm.
Because that's one of the things that I've been struggling with. I want to, wake up early and prepare myself to
Mm.
start working and doing all the things.
Yeah, that's why I like working
So,
at night because I spent all day preparing to
uh-uh.
work.
That's
Preparing.
crazy.
That's,
It can't take all day.
hey, sometimes it just take longer than usual, and by longer than
Mm,
usual, I mean 6 to 8 hours. But
that's VJ. You know
hey,
what? I ain't even gonna judge you because I ain't got it
as,
together,
as
so
as
it's
long as
fine.
as long as we're getting it done, that's how I feel. As long as we're getting
Right.
it done.
I respect it. I need to be more like that. Okay. But yeah, so What would you say is one small win that you had this past week?
Small win.
Yeah, because I think this year has to be more about celebrating our wins.
That
So,
is true. Um, uh, I can't really say small, but
well, any win.
it
It
was
doesn't
pretty
have to
big,
be.
to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm developing something top secret for a cannabis lifestyle brand.
Top secret. I
Yeah, I
like
can't I can't I
that.
can't expose that on the air.
Mhm.
But what I will say is one of our partners that I've been loving working with this guy for the last 4 weeks that I've been working with him.
Okay.
And he just brings so much value to the table, and he brought even more value because this week he hit me. Well, last week he hit me early in the week, like, "Hey, I think I might have an investor to invest in our top secret program." And I was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, that's nice, thank you." And I'm the type of person that, like, I don't like to get too excited when I get
Right.
speculative news. But then he
Okay.
was like, "Oh, I might have two investors." I was like, "Two?
Oh,
Okay,
showing
that's what's
off
up."
now.
Yeah, and then he was like, "Okay." So then we did it, and then it turned in, like, he had the conversation. He was like, "Yo, it turned into something even bigger than I was expecting." And I was like, "This is bigger than I was expecting. What do you mean could it be bigger?" And then he told me even better news, and I was like, "Oh my, yo, okay, I gotta stop because I don't want to get excited now. People gonna think I'm crazy. I'm outside. So it was
Yo,
some
I'm
really good news.
weak.
So
That's really dope though.
once
So
it
for
once it
anybody
plays out,
that yeah, anybody that doesn't know, VJ is popping. He does mad stuff, but one of his main businesses is his cannabis lifestyle brand. Tell them about Cannabaddies.
yes, it's a cannabis lifestyle brand for women. It is geared towards creating spaces for women to be safe, enjoy cannabis in their own skin, enjoy being sexy, and really build up their confidence and be attached to the stoner community,
Mm.
both for the personal and recreational side, as well as the medicinal and educational side, and really just creating a home for women to connect with each other and enjoy this lifestyle because I mean it's getting legal and we might as well because why not?
Right.
So
That's dope.
it's dope and we have a lot of amazing things coming down the pipeline this year. We got getaways coming, we got award shows to go to, we got um, sh- events in different states, we got chapters in different states blowing up, we got
Wow.
new merchandise to release, events to do, so much, so
All
much,
the
so much, and other
things.
things I can't talk about online because then
Cause
my
it's top
business partner will kill
secret.
me. Yep.
All
Karina,
all
don't
the
shoot me,
things
please don't.
is top secret. So
Yeah, yeah, I gotta have to sign NDAs to hear about those.
yo, I've been hearing that a lot lately.
Yep.
Everybody wants you to sign an NDA.
Yeah, I realized I was bugging out before when I used to just tell people all my stuff without having them sign NDAs,
Hmm.
and then they went and took my shit, and
Just
then I was
running
like,
off,
oh.
doing what you told them about, just not to the caliber that you would do it.
Yeah, that's the part. That was the one thing I would never be upset about.
That's always
And
a saving grace.
and for everybody who's ever felt like somebody took your idea, don't get
Hmm.
mad because at the end of the day, if you really created that idea and you really was working on it, they could have never done it as great as you.
That is a
And
fact.
so just be happy because at the end of the day, that means you created something that inspired somebody.
Mm,
They literally heard your idea and it inspired them to take action. Terrible
right,
action by stealing, but it inspired them to take action. So understand that you have that power within you.
right. What he said. That's dope. That's really dope. I love it. So let me see. What is one of my wins for
Yeah,
this
let me
week?
hear. What's
I should have had it prepared, but I didn't. It's fine.
Nah. You had like 10
Um,
wins this week, I know. So
I
let me hear at
know,
least one.
right? What's crazy is okay, so I braid hair.
Mm-hmm.
Um and I finally posted that my calendar was back open for
Yeah, 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 I
appointments
saw that.
and I got 4 appointments like in the first day.
Hey.
So I already did one of them, and I got a few more coming up. So yeah, that was a win for me because it's just random money
Yeah, that's what's up.
that
That's abundance. That's what we call that. That's
yes,
abundance right there.
exactly. I
See?
think we should start every show like that.
Yes, yes,
Just talk
yes,
about our
yes.
wins. I
And
love
you know
that.
what? You know what? For everybody listening out there, you know what we're gonna do between Sunday and Monday? We're gonna give y'all a chance to send in your wins so we can help celebrate y'all
Yes.
too. Cause
That's
we wanna
fire.
bring
If
this
you
positivity.
No lie, if you guys want to tell us about your wins, you can text or call in actually because we are live. So the number is 347
347
806
806
7747. So
7747.
call in, text us, tell us about your wins for the week. Also, when our guest comes in, you can, ask them questions and put your 2 cents in and stuff like that. So really, really dope. We're getting it together. I'm figuring out, how to
Mm-hmm.
do everything on this side.
It's a lot of technical stuff that go into making
Right.
sure
It is
that.
a whole, oh gosh, there's so much technical stuff. But we are getting there.
Yeah, we are.
It's getting easier.
I heard this quote that's been going around on Instagram. It's some guy giving like one of those TED Talk speeches kind of thing,
Mhm.
and he's talking about practice. And he's like, practice, practice, practice. Practice makes what? And everybody yells perfect. And
Wrong.
he's like, that's wrong. Practice makes better.
Yes.
Practice makes improvement. And that's the only thing you can get because there's no such thing as perfect. And I was like, you are so right.
You are
Because
brilliant, sir.
because a lot of times we feel like we made it and we don't need to practice. And
Right.
like the other day, I was watching basketball last night, and they was talking about Steph Curry was working on his shot, and I was like, why does Steph Curry need to work on? It's Steph Curry. Like, what do you
Mm.
mean work on your shot, bro? Like you shoot from outside and it makes it inside the gym. How?
I'm weird.
And yeah, so it just reminded me that we can always improve, and so
Yeah.
it made me start working on some things I thought I was good at, and I got a little better.
I
So.
mean, listen, I'm practicing every day. I'm practicing with my attitude because I could have snapped on a couple people this week.
Oh yeah, a lot of people.
I'm practicing being a better person
I'm practicing my
every day.
leadership. I'm practicing.
Yes.
It's a lot,
I
lot to practice.
So okay, that's another win. So I my interns started last week.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes, on Wednesday. So
That's what's
I
up.
got my little high school students that work with Dime Life now for the next like 2 months.
Hey, that's what's
Yeah.
up.
Listen, that is a tip for you small business owners and business owners period. If you need help with your business, it only comes up a couple times a year, but you better start taking advantage of some of these city programs because what happens is the city pays the kids.
Yep,
I don't.
that's perfect.
So make sure you sign your business up. Make sure you keep tuning in to Making Moguls because I'll let y'all know when
Yeah,
the when the deadlines and stuff are coming up. I'll tell you which program that I work with because they have some pretty dope kids.
yeah, and at the end of the day, giving back and giving forward. Actually, giving
Hmm.
forward is one of the best things you could do. That's one of my wins actually. To on my Instagram, I put up like little red flag, green flag things I was playing
Yeah,
around.
so
But then one of my old kids that worked with my program when I was an after school teacher wrote,
hmm.
and I didn't even realize he followed me. And he was like, "Yo, I still remember all the lessons that you taught us. I applied them. I've been working on this. I have these ideas for businesses." And I was like, "Wow, that was like 4 years ago." So the fact that like that stuck with him made me feel real good.
Right.
So yeah, always, 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 always build up the next generation. They are our future. That's the reason I'm here.
Yes.
Is because some people believed in me when I was young, and so I love, 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 love giving back and giving forward to the kids.
So you gonna sign up for the program next year?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they like cannabis lifestyle brands,
Oh
but
well, I mean,
I could
if
sign
you
them
bring
up.
back UGCS or
Yeah, that's
something.
what I was gonna do. Actually, I
Yeah.
was I was waiting once everything calmed down, cause I've been thinking about it and doing shows. And for everybody that's doing events these days, good luck.
Mhm.
Hats off to you. I just love my crowds, high energy and packed in the room, and I just can't feel comfortable
Right.
being the reason why everybody go home sick. But in the meantime, I can't wait to get back to that crowd. I can't wait to get back to that stage. And when I do, I'm gonna bring those interns with me because they're gonna have an
Yes.
amazing time.
Okay.
An
That's
amazing
a
time.
fact. So I'm gonna play one of my favorite songs for a second so I can bring in our guests.
I hope you
Make sure
guys are
you
excited.
stay tuned in. You feel me?
Don't go nowhere.
So this is all right. This is one of my favorite artists right now. His name is Blast. You heard him?
Nah.
What?
Put me
All
on.
right, I'm
Put
about
me
to
on.
put
Put
you
me
on. I'm
on.
about to put you on. I'm about to put you on because you just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
Hey, when it come to you, pistol like buzz, issue with trust. Won't let no one get a piece of your love. Yeah, base it on loyalty, base it on us. I ain't the picture perfect type, but I'm making it up. You say you want a bad flip it, I can't get enough. I'm rich alone, but when I'm with you, I'm bitter as fuck. Forbidden fruit on apple juice, can I sip on the cup? Mix it with some 1942 and I'm hitting you up. Girl, you chosen, fuck it up when you bust wide open. It's the ocean, I'm just imposing that you give it to me and just me only. Yeah, girl, you chosen. Fuck it up when you bust wide open. It's the ocean. I'm just imposing that you give it to me and just me only.
Girl, you chosen. Sound is in the air, no, you can't bring no phones in. We walk in and they're like, what's all the commotion? No, he can't step a foot in here if we don't know him. Treat you special, girl, I hit you with the roses. Can't stand your boyfriend, he too controlling. You get along better with me. Fuck it up when you bust wide open.
Girl, you chosen. Fuck it up when you bust wide open. It's the ocean. I'm just imposing that you give it to me and just me only. Yeah, girl, you chosen. Fuck it up when you bust wide open. It's the ocean. I'm just imposing that you give it to me and just me only.
Yeah, I fuck with her. Yeah, brand new rollie got you frozen. 2 more shots, got that pussy wide open. Said she wanna go another round, don't provoke him. Shorty up and down on the pole like she voting. I like when you talk that shit to me. Bitches ain't nothing new, but you know how to do it to me. Ass up, face down, we can make a little movie. On the rapper, you the groupie, got it wetter than jacuzzi. She love me like Lucy. I'm a dog like Snoopy. Getting head under sheets and you sweating out your weave. Rich nigga, I ain't cheap when I like what I see.
Girl, you chosen. Fuck it up when you bust wide open. It's the ocean. I'm just imposing that you give it to me and just me only. Yeah, girl, you chosen. Fuck it up when you bust wide open. It's the ocean. I'm just imposing that you give it to me and just me only.
All right. We back. We back. That is, see, I played it and VJ was like, what song is this?
Yeah, I actually did know the song. I didn't realize.
See?
I just don't be recognizing the artist.
I still put you on.
You
so
did. You did. I ain't gonna be mad.
It's,
Now I know.
it's fine. It's fine. So, we actually have our guest in here and he's about to drop some gems and all that and all that. So I'm gonna give him a proper introduction because I haven't seen him in like 10 years.
That's a fact.
So, hold on.
So,
All right, bet. So, I went to school in Brooklyn. Well, I went to mad high schools, right?
Only one
But
counts.
huh?
Only one counts.
Right, because that's the one that made me who I am today. Okay, but yeah, so I wound up going to school at this wonderful place. I'm saying that very sarcastically. I went to John Dewey. And I met a couple dope people, but I didn't really. I was an introvert, same as I am now, kind of. So I didn't connect with a lot of people, but one of the people I connected with, like, I'm telling you, like, I don't have a lot of friends that I could say that I've been cool with for like 12, well,
It's been longer than that. probably like
14, about 14 years.
Yeah.
Facts. So, one of my friends, he came up here to talk all about his growing real estate empire and a couple other dope things. So, I want y'all to make some noise for Darryl.
Somerville.
I know your last name, man.
She's trying.
All right, I'm still figuring things out, right? So hold on. No. Wait,
Nope, wrong one.
wait.
That's this
It's this one. No, that's the right one. Wait.
Shout out to Darryl.
I'm getting it together, y'all. I'm getting it together, I promise. But yeah, so we have Darryl Sommerville in the building. Tell the people who you are, what you do.
Darryl Somerville. I'm more like I consider it to be like an entrepreneur.
Okay.
But I don't like to attach labels to myself. I'm like a free spirit. Like I literally wake up, whatever I decide to do, I just go after and tackle.
Okay,
And
okay.
that's how I decided to like inspire the people and like motivate them and push the agenda out there.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
That's dope. So what is the main? All right. So you're an entrepreneur, but that is a very vague and broad
I
term.
was gonna elaborate on it.
Yeah. So go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest. Like I just like the word how it sounds like it describes everything out there.
Right.
I would say entrepreneur. People are like, oh, so you play basketball, football, and tennis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
versus just one.
That's true.
All right, so if I'm gonna jump straight into it, some of the topics I just like mainly touch down on, like I'm involved in when it comes to acting, to work on my personality and like promote myself out there.
Okay.
And I do real estate, so it provides like an income, but at the same time, it allows me to meet some of the most wonderful people in the world.
That's a fact.
Then I got comedy. You know, when sometimes when I feel like being humorous, I just go up to Broadway,
Okay.
just get in the middle of it, and just interact with the crowd to like work on anything that's insecure within inside of me. I like to bring it to the forefront stage so nobody can ever say something that have me quiet.
Yeah.
And to follow up, music, of course. I just summarize my life every year with one track.
Okay. That's what's up.
Wait. You drop one track
year.
per year?
Yeah, that's
First of all, I didn't even know you were still doing music.
because it's only one track.
Yo.
You know what I mean?
When I tell
You
you,
at the start. Like when I wrote my first
Yo.
bar, I used to sing you the music.
and I used to be like,
Like, yo, go back in. Make your voice deeper. But it worked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I still remember it. I still use it to full advantage. And I'm just like, when I stopped sending the music, I was like, I got to go out there and test it myself.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So, hopefully, I think I did a good job.
Dang, I wish you had sent me. Is anything on YouTube?
I got SoundCloud.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
We're gonna have to check that out after.
I gotta check and see if this phone got SoundCloud, but because I want to hear something. But that's crazy. I mean, I'm very glad to hear that you're still doing some sort of music, even if it's one track a year. That's still dope.
I do
'cause-
features throughout. Like, I work
Okay.
with artists.
Okay.
right.
That goes to see, like, remember what I said at the beginning with no labels.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't even believe in signing 2 labels.
Right.
But I got my own personal reasons. That's why I feel like real estate helped. 'Cause I feel like most, not even to speak on all artists, but when I first got hungry and I was into it, it was more so like, yo, you get $1 million. But once I did the research in the background, the $1 million is not mine.
No.
So I was like,
That's a fact.
if I want to play with money, I just sign up for Webull and go to the fake trading account, and they give you $1 million on the spot. So from there, I was like, just get into it. When artists reach out, I take their craft serious. I take my craft serious. I write it through performance. Whenever you want to perform it, I'm here. We sign up. We go straight into it.
Wow.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Then at the end of the day, before I retire, I'll go sign a deal.
Okay.
He says, shoot, why not? I'm gonna just do it because I know I can. So the comedy though. So
How
like
did
you
that come about?
actually, like you actually do comedy. Like you go out and you do like stand up
Yeah, like-
or skits or what kind of comedy you do?
Mine was more so like I touch the stage, so it could be open mics, and I get cool with the owners. So sometimes they invite me at nighttime, and I literally sometimes just come up with stuff on the spot.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
people, once I realized I ain't supposed to be saying a secret, people come out to enjoy themselves.
Yeah. That's a
what
fact.
you say on stage, Ha ha ha.
Yo,
Yeah, that's
thank
true.
you, thank you. I was literally talking to somebody about that today because they was asking me like, how do you get over your stage fright and how do you get up there and like host or interact or do comedy? And I'm like, yo, people are there to enjoy themselves.
They're not there to be like, you suck.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the only time that you suck is when they can feel your energy of like not being confident or not, being relatable. But other than that, like once you get up there and you know that I'm about to make these people laugh, you come with that energy, they're gonna laugh. Like
They're gonna laugh.
I used to go to comedy shows before I even started performing or doing anything like that. And one of the things the hosts used to do is they would just read off their jokes, right, just to practice. But the funniest part sometimes would just be them being like, "Oh, not that one," and everybody start laughing like, "Yo, like that's hilarious." And it's like it makes you remember that, like, again, when people come out, they come out to enjoy themselves. Nobody wants to go out thinking, "Damn, I'm gonna have a shitty time, man." Like,
Yeah.
Once you grasp to it, you feel the energy once you enter the room.
uh-huh.
I feel like no matter what stage you touch, you're always gonna be shaky at 1st. It's like walking out into the cold with no jacket on. It's freezing. But if you're out there for 5 minutes, you like it's not so bad anymore.
Yeah, you
Right.
gonna adjust. Yep.
That's true. That's definitely true.
And,
So,
oh yeah.
go ahead.
I was gonna say like, nah, you ask the questions because I'm over coming up with questions and answering them.
Right, all by yourself. Nah, that's fine. Like we said, it's an open discussion. So whatever you want to talk about, we could talk about it. I'm just real interested in finding out how you got into real estate because that's something that I definitely want to get into at some point. And I know that a lot of our listeners and the people that are in my network are interested in things like that as well.
Wait, I have first. I have a question.
Yeah.
Would you consider yourself a real estate agent, investor, or developer?
I say agent since I'm licensed as a real estate agent.
Okay.
Oh,
Overall, I'm in and out of the field.
Okay, that's what's
So,
up. That's
like,
what's up.
I was gonna become a developer myself.
Mm-hmm.
Still might, but I got my daughter in practice. She's 2 years old, so she's just building Lego blocks up.
Okay. Yeah.
Go from there. But as I play around with her with the idea,
Mm-hmm.
it allows me to learn so much more about it.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
And I go out, I drive around, I look for lots and acres that's here in Manhattan and New York City, and I go, I'm pretty sure a billionaire's seen that already.
Yeah.
Because I believe each building is $1 billion. Because
Uh huh.
I didn't want to start small with like houses, nothing like toward the people that invest in that, but I literally wanted a skyscraper.
Okay. So,
That's what I'm
so you looking more into commercial real estate or residential?
It's gonna be probably a mixture of both. Something like 432 Park Avenue. where you have
Okay. Yeah. Office on the bottom, and then yep.
Right.
Okay.
And I worked in one of those buildings, so that's what gave me the insight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like me being a doorman, I met like, it's crazy to say, but I feel like I know more rich people than I actually do know more people where I come from now.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
from being on that side and starting off as like security and as a doorman.
Yeah.
Right.
I just interacted with these people and it was just life changing. Where I'm coming from, it's blamed on the rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens is like, because the rich people greedy, they do that.
Uh-huh.
Rich people. So being around them and knowing like they're some of the nicest people in the world, that allowed me to grasp like I didn't resent them.
Uh huh.
Instead of that, I just was like, yo, I admire it, I kept
Right.
my pain to myself. I just went off for all facts. It was written right there. And the more and more I saw the success, I just believed in myself even more and more. It's like, yo, you got to get back to your core, your
Yeah.
spirit, and just bring it out.
That's a fact.
Because
That's a
if
fact.
not, you're going to die wishing you had it.
I have a couple of questions because real estate. I love real estate. Like I love real estate.
It's never ending.
Uh huh. How long have you been in the real estate business?
For about 2.5 years.
2.5 years. Okay. How would you focus primarily in Brooklyn, New York, Manhattan, the
I
whole
studied
New
the
York?
entire market, like all 50 states, to be honest with you.
Uh-huh.
But since I'm licensed here in New York, furthest side probably goes like Jersey, PA.
Okay.
Or if somebody hit me up with a new inquiry, then I'll just do the research on like Atlanta, Miami, and just send it all to them and connect them with a broker.
With a broker down there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's smart.
Are you interested in getting your broker? What is it? Broker
Yeah.
license?
I should be chasing that. I say this summer. I'm like a summer late.
Yeah.
I say probably this summer I'll go out and target it.
Okay.
That's fire.
This year I was just gonna take the whole year off, to be honest with you, and just close. That's why you see me reaching in to try to crack the housing development with vouchers. So I'm a little bit
Yeah.
closer to like reaching a goal for them to get everybody into something. Overall, I felt like when I kept saying, I do real estate, I was locking myself in a corner,
Right.
knowing that I'm much more than just a real estate agent. So I'll get days where it's like, yo, why my energy is like it's not on 100 today.
Yeah.
maybe you should have closed. You should have closed down. I'm like, I don't care about that. You know, like, I can make money any other day. So once I took it away, I was like, all right. And now I got enough inventory to become a broker next week. But of course, you got to close out and get
Yeah.
the points in order to get there. So I just figured by the end of the summer, I should have that complete.
So, all right. So you have to close to get points to become a broker.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be residential. You could do commercial, whatever you want.
That's dope. I don't really know anything about that process. I'm just very interested because I started working with a broker. I don't have no real estate license or nothing.
But you still can come in and work,
Yeah, so he'll like send me his apartments. That's why I was like posting random apartments and shit like that. Like, oh, you know, who needs somewhere to live? Like,
be careful. He's the broker or he's the agent?
He's a broker.
All right. So he's sending you his exclusives. Like, Dime, if you got anybody, let them know.
Exactly.
And, the rest is history.
Yeah.
Right, nah, for real. And I got my first closing, I guess it's called, a couple weeks in, so that was cool. But then I got
that's huge.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I made a couple $100, so I was proud. You feel me?
Yeah, finder's fees is my favorite thing in the real estate.
Yes.
I've been doing that since 2014 or 2013.
Oh wow!
So yeah, trust me, I love real estate. That's why I love real estate. Man.
Yeah,
real estate is one of the first of all. Real estate. Yep, it's just one of the best ways to build wealth in the United States.
$0.
With zero. Yep. And that was one of the first things I ever read was this book. I forgot the name of the person that wrote it, but it's called No Money Down. And there's this guy who was a real estate mogul who at a certain point after this is like his fourth book in, and he put a challenge out where he was like, I'm so good at this that you can send me anywhere in this 50 states with $100 in my pocket and I will close a deal in any market
Literally
in 1 week.
Yeah.
And to write the book, he took a challenge where like they would call him to like freaking Wisconsin or Iowa or something. And he'd just go out there, he'd check the stuff, and he just knows the leverage. That's why I love you, Dime, because you showed me like something I already knew, but to watch it play out in other spaces where again, it's all about who you know and how you could connect them.
Yep.
And he would literally go into a market, find the property, put it under contract, and sell that. Yeah. Within 3 days.
And you don't even need a license.
And you don't. I know. And when I saw that, I was like, yo.
And I give that what you just said. I usually tell like, say I got like somebody that just came home from like prison, say it like that, or somebody that's like, I don't want to do a real estate license, stuff like that. I'd be like, yo, you can make money without the license, but with the license, you could collect the 15, 17K. But with the license, you get the 6%. So when I see wholesalers out there, I'm like, y'all doing y'all thing, but if you don't got no felonies, you might as well get the license.
Yeah.
Because you take the 17 off the table, but you leave a whole 30, 40 on the table.
Yeah, that's crazy. So in short, what's the process to
getting your license?
Yeah.
You take a course. I took a 10-week course. I never missed a day. It was 3 classes a week for 3 hours. Usually, half the time, it's not 3 hours. You're in there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
You take the school exam, you go out and you ace the state exam, and you got it. Mine was the reason why I feel like I know more about it because attaining my license, I went through a process. Like, I passed the school exam on the first try, but I got my real estate license on the 9th exam. So I was failing week after week after week after week after week after like nobody knew this, and I was just going through what life was throwing at me, but I never gave up. Every Tuesday I was in there to the point where I felt like the tutors that was walking around the class, the exam as you take it, like, y'all got $5. He'd be back here next Tuesday. And then when I didn't show up, I was like, somebody won that bet.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But it's like, I push everybody out there to go get it because that's what I do now. If I was working at McDonald's, I tell everybody, yo, come go work at McDonald's, they hiring.
Right.
But whatever I'm involved in, I give them my latest feel. And that's what keeps me, I say, like, relevant. Because I'm here, so it's not like I'm telling you, go do something I'm not doing. So with my resume alone, it's like, people hit me up, yo, Darryl, I need a job. I got plugged.
Right.
You doorman? You want to do security? You want to work at Burger King? Anything that's on my resume, that's where I go out. And it's not like I got fired from these jobs. Well, I got fired from Burger King because I ain't want to shovel snow. But I told them. Other than that, each and every other job, they love me, one of the best workers. I actually retired as a doorman, and it was one of the greatest jobs anybody can have. because it's not a city job; it's a job in the city.
Yeah.
Right.
So like during the pandemic, when everything was happening,
Mm-hmm.
if you were a doorman, you were receiving the most highest paid checks
Yep.
in New York or wherever it could be. Yeah, the income doubled.
That's crazy. I wanna touch on that real quick though, because I don't think people really understand what you're talking about. He is referring to building relationships. A lot of people want to become entrepreneurs, or they want to, get into these independent fields, and then quit their jobs and leave on bad. Oh, I hated this place, so I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna, yell at the owner, and I'm gonna tell my manager where they can stick that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's not the way to do it. Don't burn the bridge on your way out. Just
Yeah.
leave.
No point.
Because look at
Zero
it.
point.
When you get fired from a job, you already killed your reputation.
Mm-hmm.
So they think by putting on a show, it's like, you know what, I'm doing my thing. No, you're destroying your character.
Mm-hmm.
Your character matters more than your reputation in this world.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because you can always change.
Mm-hmm.
But a person only gonna remember how you made them feel.
Yep.
That's a
And
fact.
you never know who you run into, and I just took it like that. Not to bring any like fear, anything like out there. But you know me, I always been like a positive attitude
Yeah.
person my entire life.
Yeah.
And I used to get bullied for it. You know, like, yo, you nice. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, people walk over you and all that stuff. But I was like, you know what? I just kept going. That's what got me here today.
That's a fact. And I could relate to that because, a lot of people, when you're younger, everybody, oh, you nice, you do this or that. Then you grow up, and at the end of the day, that's what the world needs. And so,
Look at me now.
yeah, facts. Now I laugh at people like, okay, you thought that energy was gonna get you what? Nothing.
Yeah, yo, it's so funny because I was doing this little girl's hair yesterday. She was 14. She wasn't that little, but she was little enough. So she was just like, when her grandmother is one of my family's like close friends. Like, I grew up around her, and she still lives out there where we were. And she's like, yeah, we're gonna go to the store, whatever. So she leaves with her other granddaughter, and it's just me and the little girl whose hair I'm doing, right? So I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna be weird. I'm gonna just talk to this little girl. I love talking to kids though, because I like to see where their mind is at. Because at that age, I didn't start a business yet, but a year after that I did. She was 14. So I was like, so what do you like to do? Like, how's school? Like, you know what I mean? Like, just having regular conversation. She opened up so much. She was telling me about how she's doing remote learning because she got in trouble. I'm like, well, why are you in trouble? You were fighting? She's like, yeah, I was fighting. I'm like, why? She tells me the whole story. I'm like, but did that get you anywhere? Like, I find a way to connect with them in a way that they understand. So it's real important for me to say that, because there's grown people that know, same as this little girl. She knows she got a bad attitude. She told me. She's like, well, I know that I got a bad attitude, so... but there's grown people that are just like living their life like, oh, well, that's just how I am, like, whatever. And it's like, no, you need to grow up.
That's helplessness.
Right.
That's the word to put over the helplessness. Whenever you hear somebody say that, well, it is what it is. Life just does what it does.
Yeah.
Because I feel like most people get trapped in, they don't even know what questions to ask themselves to move forward, or even reach that plateau. So they go out, you hear fights and all this other stuff. It's a whole bunch of distractions because they're running from their reality.
Right.
And then what do they create? They add tag names. So tag names, people get caught up in, MPD, multiple personality disorders. They get lost in their characters.
Yeah.
That's like, with my music, as y'all go, like, once y'all tune in, y'all decide to go through it, there's like a different name for each year. You know what I mean? So you got Mozzie, you got D-Money, you got Darryl Sommerville. I'm like,
I remember.
all same person. I never lost sight of myself. But even so, I just explained, like, look, so when I get on stage, I tap into like LOL or mad dramatic. That's like what I go up on the stage, I be like, you gotta be dramatic. You get up on the stage.
Yeah.
And I go into acting. I'm like, acting, just be acting is literally just being yourself. But when I first tuned in years ago, I thought it was like, you gotta act a certain way so you could be like Denzel Washington.
You gotta
Nowadays,
be the
I'm
character,
literally
though.
I'm just me.
Yeah.
And they like, yo, that was dope. So just me.
Like, oh, okay.
I'm not even
I was winging
trying
it.
anything. But
That's
see
a
where it
fact.
goes.
Yeah. Why not?
And to revert back, I know you're not supposed to be go back.
Go
I
ahead.
feel like for anybody that wanted to get their real estate license,
Yes.
I feel like it's something great to definitely have, even if you don't decide to use it. Get your license because it's the closest thing to your 401k pension in 30 years. It's the closest thing to having in your pocket right now.
Right.
So you get it in the checks are superb. Some people I know brokers that haven't closed their first deal that's been in the field for years.
Yeah.
So it's really about who your broker is.
Really?
Yeah, it's really about your. There has people go.
See,
jump
that
in,
scares me.
I want to work with this company. I want to work with that company. But it's really about sometimes they get in those companies and they never get to meet those people
Right.
at the top.
Well, how do you know? How do you know what to look for when you're
You gotta
looking
have
for a
goal.
broker?
Why are you coming in here? If you coming in here just to make money, 50-50 split. But if you have a goal, it goes higher. If you don't have nothing, you know nothing, it gets pretty low for you. Like there's brokers that, well, I don't want to touch on their percentages. I don't know
Yeah.
if companies are paying them or downplaying it. But I just feel like know your worth. And if you don't know your worth, add value to your character.
Right.
It don't always got to be business. You might be good at cooking. You know what I mean? Learn how to chef up eggs with cheese better than everybody.
Right.
Then as you come across people on the street, like don't be afraid to meet people. Everybody's a client.
Yes.
Once you're in this field, everyone becomes a client. Everyone wants a roof over their head. So it's like everywhere I go, I start a conversation. They may come into it. Real estate. Somebody's that's pregnant. How many bedrooms you got? Not to be nosy, but it leads
Yeah.
into the conversation. I find myself running out of business cards, working, and that allowed me. So when I work with clients, like I usually close the same day or 24 hours
Okay.
because
Wow.
the way I search for like
That
your
sounds
apartments,
fast.
whatever you want, I'm on your heels. And by the time
Wow.
you wake up in the morning, what's your availability?
That's crazy.
And
That's how
that-
you really have to be in the real estate space.
Yeah,
And one thing I
gotta
do,
be
want to
quick.
say to touch on, for anybody that is interested in the real estate space, especially in New York, people move every single
Every day.
day.
Yes.
Somebody needs somewhere to live every single day. And once you know how to put your ads out, once you know how to lead target and get those people into your sales funnel, I swear to you, and this is something I'm talking from experience.
And I'm
I
here.
swear to you, your phone will be ringing off the hook. Because once they, and especially even more when you close that first one. Because once you have good customer service, which we talk about on the show all the time,
Yep.
you have good customer service and good client relations, that person who you just made, again, remember this, people need to move every day. And moving is one of the most stressful things you could deal with. And if you are there making someone's life easier, making this process more simple, they're going to recommend you to everybody they know. And I'm
That's true.
not even fronting on this. Everybody they know. Because you just made something that could be stressful and annoying very simple.
especially if you're not used to it.
Exactly.
Because even when I went to look for my first apartment, we didn't even go see the first crib yet. It was annoying. So I was like, I just put that into my, as I got the license, and I was like, all right. I came across people, they've had brokers, and they was like, yo, this broker showed me this. Then they just went MIA. This broker never showed me nothing. This broker was rude, disrespectful. So I just go, you pick up as you go along. That's why
Right,
real
of
estate is
course.
you're going to be learning and growing for the rest of your life, or as long as you're in this business. And once you get a good sense of life, you realize everything is real estate. From the
Right.
churches to the sewers.
Yeah,
Everything is real
listen.
estate.
Everything is on a lot in the city. Everything is on a lot in this country, bro. Like,
Yeah, literally.
everything is on a lot. So that
Even
means,
the water.
Yeah. So what would you say is your ultimate goal with it? Like how far do you want to take it?
I'm big on contribution. Once I learned that helping people is the way of life, I just became available around the world.
Right.
And I was like, that's why you see me target stuff and I'll be like billionaire mindset, trillionaire mindset.
Yes.
Because it's not about acquiring $1 billion inside your bank account. If you help $1 billion, you just might reach $1 trillion. So I mean, a billion people, you might reach $1 trillion.
Yeah.
So I just going about and like, whoever needs help, I'm here. You know what I mean? Why shy away? I don't judge people because I don't want to be judged myself. So I just go, you need help with this. And people just want to have a conversation. So I know I study mental awareness and self-awareness and psychology. Hey, let's talk about it.
Right.
Because something that's a problem to you could be like nothing for me.
Right.
And not to judge it, but I just want you to see it from my perspective. And once they get a sense of I'm not judging them, I'm really just in their shoes, directing the path. Like, look, go this way. yo, why I ain't look at it? Like, I've been stressing over this for a year,
Right.
and it's over now. But you got to take the actions. You know what I mean, action is the walk of life.
You're right.
I got a couple of rapid fire questions for you.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right?
sure.
All right. So you're gonna pick one or the other. Okay.
Like an AB,
Yeah, just one or the other.
Alright.
Okay. Commercial or residential?
residential,
Residential. um, down payment. Down payment straight out of pocket or going through a loan program?
down payment or a loan program.
Yeah.
Damn, that's tough. They both fit good. I like the loan programs.
Okay. Investing is your first property as a place to live or a place to rent?
Most people do place to live, but you don't make the money back like that. So I'll go with rent.
Okay. House or apartment?
Me personally, I like apartments.
Okay.
Houses is good. You want me to elaborate my answers?
Actually,
you
for this
remember
one,
the
for this one, yeah.
All right. This was house or rent, right?
Yeah.
I like the rent because it's immobilized. I can move whenever I want. With a house, I feel like you're trapped in until you pay it off, and then you just literally looking for a snowman to come down the block and use something.
Okay.
That's a vibe.
Okay.
But I recommend anybody out there take the house.
Okay. Invest in the city or out the city?
I usually go. I would say out the city.
Out the city. Okay. Over $1 million or under $1 million? If you're looking for, like, if you're investing in property, over $1 million or under $1 million?
I love millions. I'm gonna go over $1 million. If I'm investing in properties myself,
Uh huh.
I think I still take over $1 million because I
Okay.
love luxury.
Okay. Investment property, house or condo?
Condo.
Okay. Why? That one I really want to know why.
Dope. You ain't gotta worry about nothing.
Okay, that's true.
Four walls is-
That's true.
it.
You just pay somebody a couple extra $100 and they handle your maintenance and all that.
Yeah, I mean maintenance. Yeah, once
With
you
the
pay
house,
maintenance.
Houses, you,
That-
yeah, you gotta fix all
hurricanes,
that
all this
yourself.
stuff.
Nah, I think
He just saw.
none of these are right or wrong answers, but it helps. Well, for the audience listening, it helps them frame the ideas of, oh wait, I didn't think about that. Oh wait, I didn't think about that. So I want to start opening people's minds, especially in the real estate game, because a lot of people, especially as black people, black people in America have been ostracized from real estate markets for most of American history. And between redlining, between bank loans and certain things, being denied access to developing real estate is a big thing.
It's
and
still
so
effective today.
it's huge today. And so giving the information is a big thing for me. To watch black homeowners and to watch black investors get into this game is one of the best things I could watch. Secondly, a lot of people have misconceptions around it. Like, that's why I asked you, like, the question, would you buy to own first or buy to rent out?
Yeah.
A lot of people wouldn't understand that if you buy your first property to rent, you could buy 3 more properties before you even live in any one of them.
True.
And versus other people, they buy one property and get stuck with it because, again, you become your own landlord at that point. You're responsible. And so I love being able to share that information. I love being able to put that in people's heads to start getting those wheels turning. Because, again, I was so lucky to get into the real estate game because I was networking. I was just going to networking events and meeting stuff, and I met this $1 million real estate broker in Manhattan just on some networking event, and he was like, yo, I've been closing deals without any type of license because I'm doing commercial real estate. And he was just telling me about skyscrapers he done sold, and I'm just like, that's crazy. And then through that, I ended up getting invited to another, like, a network and stuff just for real estate people, that this huge real estate development company in Brooklyn was doing. This was like 2014 or 15, and like, just hearing them talk about, yo, yeah, if you got this property, I'll send it over to you. If I got this property, this, that, and the third. And they make you feel like it's all competition. It's all this, that, and the third. But they could come together. And again, if I can't close this property, you take it. I still make my percentage off of it.
It's always gonna be it's always gonna be us against one. Like, if I don't close with a particular client, I recommend. During the conversation, if I feel like, all right, this may lead to, I don't think they're gonna take these 2 properties, and I got more clients, I recommend.
Yep.
I mean, refer. I refer. Procus in right next to me.
Yeah, take that.
They busy. Procus in right next to him or her, and then it just go like that because it's enough food for everybody to eat and get full and eat some more and get full again.
Right.
But,
One thing I want to touch on real quick.
but that world,
Yeah.
world is we should tap in employment versus self-employment because the benefits that come with both.
That is very true. That is very true. The one thing I did want to tap in, the real estate market right now in New York, is a very, very interesting one because people have been predicting that this bubble was going to burst for years, but it hasn't burst for two particular reasons. One, rich people continue to buy up property to put in investment portfolios that a lot of people could be living in, which is why the Manhattan market is as high as it is, which is what literally is contributing to gentrification across the entire New York State, New York City and New York State, which people don't really pay attention to. And I wanted to put that out there because that is why a lot of prices are being pushed out, because landlords are able to charge prices that would have been Manhattan prices because nobody could afford Manhattan prices because those are sitting in portfolios. And then because of that, Brooklyn and Queens and other places, the Bronx is selling one-bedroom apartments at $1,400 when you would have never thought you would ever move to the Bronx in the first place. And so I just wanted to put that out there because as somebody who works in the game, you could tell them, you know, where to look, or how to look, and how to get deals that are prime to them, because a lot of people are very confused in this market, you know?
I would say one thing I noticed about a lot of tenants, well, a lot of clients, they don't ask questions. All rent could be negotiated, but nobody knows that. So people just hear $1,700 and they pay $1,700. You
Yeah.
can negotiate that down, and the landlord can negotiate that higher, if that makes any sense. So throughout it, now this is it too, because I know what you mean by a lot of wealthy people buy up the properties and just have it sitting there, but those are their assets. So in case what they're doing in life, they need something to fall back on. Now I live by this motto: nothing's expensive and everything's affordable. So if you see something that's too expensive, just upgrade. Never downgrade your lifestyle to fit in. Just go higher. That means whatever your calling was before that you procrastinated on, go after it. What I noticed, because real estate, I just found this out. Shout out to Peter Michael, that's my broker. The real estate game is 3 times larger than the stock market. Where's all the money in the world at? Stock market.
Yep.
So if you're not in the stock market, you're far from money. And
Right.
once I learned that, I was like, what? I just
Yeah, because you were posting like all types of
Everything
stock
hit.
advice and
like-
cryptocurrency stuff. I was like, let me go
70 for
follow what he's
75
talking
on
about.
stocks. Since my whole stock career, I'm like 70 for 75.
Oh, wow.
And the 5 is me short selling.
Okay.
I'll just jump in, I'll get out. Oh no, and then I'll buy. But those are like my rookies.
Okay.
Yeah.
But since then, I feel like it's the easiest game to play.
That's crazy.
Most of the wealthy people, when you hear billionaires, millionaires, not put it out there, but money's in the stock market.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
And then they go and buy real estate, and then the real estate saves them from tax
Because
havens, and then
real estate for U.S. alone is 3 times the amount of the stock market. So anybody could get into real estate, literally. But it just goes what you want to invest in. Some people don't want to invest. You just want to save money.
Oh
Right.
shit! Wow, you just reminded me. I have to contact this guy in Texas, this real estate
I'm
broker in
weak.
Texas. Wow. Shoot, I
So
was supposed
we're
to follow up with him for like last week. Wow. Sorry,
It's
guys.
perfect timing. You know how busy we are. So you're not late. You're on time when you call.
That's a
Oh,
fact.
sheesh.
So we're coming down to the end of the show. Before you came in, me and VJ were talking about our wins for the week. So give me one win that you had so far last week.
I like the acting. It was my first time in a prison suit at the facility in Staten Island.
Yeah.
And the show is Endgame. It comes out. It premieres in February.
Okay.
Between
Fire.
the 16th and the 23rd.
That's what's
And,
up.
Okay.
like since this year started, it's been incredible. Law and Order aired last Thursday.
Okay.
I was actually on Law and Order as a hate crime detective.
Okay.
That's
And
fire.
what can I say? Uncoupled. I still got to do some research on that, and I record tomorrow.
Okay.
Nice.
Film tomorrow. Back on scene.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Look
Congratulations.
at you. Well, tell everyone where they can find you and where they can stay tuned in all of your wonderful endeavors.
Just look for a guy that's 6 feet, look under 180 pounds.
Okay.
But now I'm Darryl. You can follow me online at Darryl Sommerville. and Mozzie Money 2, and just follow from there. Darryl
Nice.
at pmshow.com. You can send me an email, and you'll see me much more. I say that because I've been under the radar just to keep myself private and help everybody. I was more afraid of me coming out and actually becoming a star. So I was running from the limelight.
Right.
But what I do in life, I've realized I can't.
Right.
I mean, it's like it's impossible to go from it. So, yeah, Darryl Sommerville. And
I'm
if
so
you got
proud.
any questions, I respond to everybody. You can ask. I'm literally in contact with over 3,000 people on Facebook with comments right now. So that's my proof right there. Darryl responds to everybody, even if I take a day or two or I decide to take a day off.
I'm proud. That's fire.
But I'm always working, and if you need to listen in air, I'm here for you. If you need advice, I'm there for you. So let's tune in. Dom Radio, the quickest way to find me. Like, just ask Dom about me. Dom
Facts.
is that guy.
That's a fact.
That is. All right, VJ, how they gonna find you?
All right, as y'all know, it's VE_JANO. I'm here. I'm here for you, and if I'm not, then that's your fault.
I'm weak. And it's your girl, Dom Smith. That's Dom with a Y, not an I. Make sure you stay tuned in every Monday at 7 p.m. We are on Extreme 104 FM, Making Moguls. It's lit. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at The Making Moguls Show. We're about to be dropping merch soon. And, and we're actually booked through February.
Hey.
So we have a lot of dope guests coming up here. I can't
ready.
wait till y'all see who we got. What's next week? Next week is MLK Day. I'm trying to bring some kids up here. So if you got some young entrepreneurs that might be interested on coming on the show, hit me up. It's lit.
Okay.
Make sure you stay tuned in. My girl Kanika is coming on right after me. Y'all have a great night, and I will see y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.